You went from leading the field to flying through the air upside down in seconds. Carson Kvapil's day at Kansas didn't just end early, it turned into one of the most violent crashes we've seen on a mile-and-a-half track in years. And now the big question is, how did this happen so fast, and what does it say about the way these races are being driven right now? Saturday at Kansas Speedway, Kvapil started on the pole and looked locked in early. Just 3 laps into the race, he was running near the front in a tight 3-wide battle with teammates. Contact was made exiting the corner. His car snapped sideways, shot into the outside wall, and then everything escalated. A trailing car slammed into him, lifting the rear end off the ground. From there, it turned violent. The car flicked, then rolled, then slid down the backstretch upside down before tumbling again. NASCAR immediately threw the red flag. Cleanup lasted over 12 minutes, and somehow Kvapil climbed out under his own power. This wasn't supposed to be how this story went. Kvapil had momentum, pole position, a fast JR Motorsports car, and a real shot not just at a win, but at the Dash4Cash bonus. Instead, he finishes dead last. No points, no money, no opportunity. But zoom out, and this moment hits deeper than just one driver's bad day. Because flips like this, you expect them at Daytona, Talladega, super speedways where cars are packed tight at 190 miles per hour. Kansas, that's different. This is an intermediate track where control, balance, and precision are supposed to matter more than chaos. So, when a car goes airborne here, it raises eyebrows across the entire garage. And inside that JR Motorsports camp, that's 3 teammates racing inches apart, and it ended in disaster before the race even got going. Let's break down what really went wrong. This wasn't just a racing incident. This was aggression, too early with too much risk. Lap 3, cold tires, tight pack, and you got teammates going 3 wide like it's the final lap at a super speedway. That's a strategic failure. Because early in a race, especially at a track like Kansas, the goal isn't to win positions immediately, it's to survive, settle in, and build your run. Instead, what we saw was drivers pushing limits before the track, and their cars were ready. Then there's the contact, a tap to the left rear in that situation. That's one of the most dangerous hits in stock car racing. It unloads the car instantly, kills stability, and once Kvapil snapped loose, he was just a passenger. The real turning point though, the secondary hit. When the trailing car slammed into him, it didn't just add damage, it created lift. And that's the nightmare scenario NASCAR constantly tries to avoid. Because once these cars get airborne, everything becomes unpredictable. Now here's the bigger issue. Why are drivers taking these risks this early? Simple. Track position has become everything. With the current car and aero package, passing gets harder as the race goes on. So drivers feel pressure to gain spots immediately, even if it means taking chances that used to be considered reckless. That's the trade-off NASCAR is dealing with right now. More aggressive racing, but also higher consequences when things go wrong. And in this case, it went very wrong. Fans watching this live had the same reaction, silence, then panic. Because when a car flips like that, everything stops. You're not thinking about points or positions, you're just hoping the driver walks away. And when Kvapil did, that turned fear into relief fast. But don't expect everyone to just move on quietly. Some are going to call this hard racing. Others are going to say this was completely avoidable. And inside the garage, you can bet drivers are already talking about it. Because nobody wants to see that kind of crash, especially this early in a race. Kvapil bounces back quickly. No lingering effects. Uses this as motivation and proves why so many people are high on his talent. This becomes just a scary moment, not a defining one. Confidence takes a hit. The team loses momentum, and internally, questions start building about decision-making both from him and the drivers around him. And for NASCAR, if incidents like this keep happening on intermediate tracks, there could be pressure to revisit how these races are being driven and maybe even how the cars behave. So here's the real question. Was this just aggressive racing gone wrong? Or is this a warning sign that drivers are pushing too hard, too early in today's NASCAR? Drop your take below. And if you want more breakdowns like this real analysis, no fluff, hit subscribe and stay locked in with SportsWire USA.